I began my journey into chronicling the censorship industrial complex.
Some of the most terrifying conversations I've had with some of my dear friends who work inside CIA. And their jobs is to go to other countries, get involved in elections, protests that will help overthrow a regime. It's no secret at this point, the CIA has been doing that for years, for decades. But the most terrifying conversations I've had are the ones where they would look to me and say, my God, like the 2020 election, we're doing to our people what we do to others.
CIA, the other intelligence agencies were exposed with projects like Operation Mockingbird.
The State Department, USAID, the Central Intelligence Agency, went from free speech diplomacy to promoting censorship.
They created, purchased, controlled assets at the New York Times, the Washington Post, all of these top-down media structures that used to control the information that Americans got.
I pulled into the driveway, opened up my garage door, and these two gentlemen come out of a blue sedan with government license plates. And they came up to me and said, "So you're Mr. Solomon?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "You're at the tip of a very large and dangerous iceberg."
Oh yeah, the FBI sent agents over to my home to serve a subpoena. They're questioning me about my tweets. How is that not chilling?
Our whole page on Facebook for the Seventh-day Adventist World Church was removed.
The level of censorship that we experienced from publishing this documentary was beyond anything I could have imagined, and we really didn't even understand why.
We are going to win back the White House.
The Russia collusion story broke in fall of 16.
That's where the big lie first erupted.
Russian operatives use social media to rile up the American electorate and boost the candidacy of Donald Trump.
That's why they went after Trump with the Russiagate and with the FBI probes and with the CIA impeachments and things like that.
My FBI sources told me there's nothing there. And I kept wondering to myself, how could it be that something that's not true be taken so seriously and be portrayed as true?
How do you expand sort of top-down control in a society? How do we flip? How do we invert America?
The evidence that the Supreme Court recounts is bone-chilling. The federal government would call a private media company and say, cancel this speaker or take down this post.
I mean, just think about this. A sitting president of the United States had his Twitter and Facebook accounts frozen. Our founding fathers could not possibly have imagined that.
Is there a chance that this documentary will be censored?
I think there's a huge chance this documentary gets censored.
Yeah, so it's interesting when you look at so many of the big censorship cases in the United States involving COVID, Hunter Biden's laptop, they all go back to a common thread. What is that thread? National security.
Google Jigsaw produced world's first AI censorship product, things the model were trained on, support for Donald Trump, the Brexit referendum that the State Department tried very desperately to stop.
These are all these sort of component pieces of what you call the censorship industrial complex.
Censorship industrial complex.
Censorship industrial complex.
Censorship industrial complex.
Censorship industrial complex.